Can Jermaine Franklin expose a hole in Moses Itauma's game? And when I say expose a hole in Moses Itauma's game, I don't mean beat him. I don't mean go in there and knock him out. I mean, can he expose something in Itauma's game that we haven't seen before? Can he actually be a test for Moses Itauma? And can he show us something that no one has showed us against most of the time before? This is the question coming into this fight. Most of the time is going to beat Jermaine Franklin. I strongly believe. But I think there is a good chance that Franklin could show us something that we haven't seen yet in Moses Itauma's game. A possible hole somewhere. Because everyone's got them. Everyone's got a hole in their game. You know, no one's invincible. Franklin is a very awkward guy who is horrible to watch, absolutely horrible to watch. Look at how ugly he made it against Dillian White. Look at how ugly he made it against Anthony Joshua. Can he do this against Moses Itauma? I'm not going to lie, in his last fight against Ivan Dyko for Jermaine Franklin, Jesus Christ, it was a robbery. He shouldn't have won the fight, if we're being honest. He shouldn't have won the fight. But either way, he's horrible to watch. He's scrappy, he's messy, he's ugly. He's got a very compact style. He loves the clinch. Does Jermaine Franklin. He's awkward. He's awkward with the way he comes forward. He's got good head movement. He's got good upper body movement. He can get on the inside well and is very comfortable on the inside. I think something that we know already about Moses Itauma is how good his offense is. We know. We've seen his speed. We've seen his power. You know, we've seen everything we need to see for a young heavyweight offensively. But there could be holes offensively that Jermaine Franklin could show. You know, what's Itauma actually like in exchanges? We've never seen. Franklin can show us something. Franklin's got a kind of style where we can see what a Moses Itauma is like in exchanges. That's something we will see. What's Moses Itauma like up close? Because Franklin's going to get up there and he's going to put the pressure on Itauma. That's his style. He's going to come towards it. How can Itauma deal with the pressure that Franklin is going to show? Because Franklin's going to put him under pressure and he's going to look to back him up. How can Moses deal with that? Because let's be honest. Let's look at Itauma's resume so far of who he's for. So Dillian White in his recent one showed us nothing. You know, past it, legs gone, everything. Mike Balogun was never going to show us a thing. Dempsey McKean was an interesting one. It was how Itauma, you know, could have done with, you know, was able to deal with range. He showed it very, very, very well how smart he is managing the range and how good his distance control is. That's what Itauma showed us against Dempsey McKean. Against Whack, just a moving puncher bag really for Itauma. And, you know, they're the credible opponents that Itauma's been up against so far. And Itauma's dismantled them. He's done everything that he needed to do against all of these guys. But with Jermaine Franklin, he is going to look to come forward. Moses Itauma's not seen this yet. He's not seen someone who's going to come in there and is a live dog and is going to look to back him up. That is what Jermaine Franklin's going to do. And that is a big reason why possible holes could be shown. What's Itauma going to be like when he gets pushed back on that back foot? That's the big question. I mean, for all we know, Franklin could walk in looking to back him up. Itauma lands a massive shot and Franklin's all discombobulated and everything. But Franklin's basic, but he's ugly. That's a big thing. And he has got good head movement. He is good on the inside. And he's durable, though. We know he is durable. So I'm not sure if it is going to be a case of, oh, Itauma hits him and his legs just go straight away. I don't think it's going to be a case of that. I think Itauma's going to have to break him down, tire him out, and that's what I think will happen. But I feel like there's got to be a point in the fight where Franklin shows us something that we haven't seen yet for Moses Itauma. So it could be how he pushes him back. It could be how Moses Itauma is in exchanges. It could be Moses Itauma's chin. That's not been tested. Do I think Itauma's got a bad chin? No. I mean, we haven't seen, but no. I don't think that is something which I'm worried about for Itauma. But the things I am interested in of how he is in exchanges, how he is when he gets pushed back, they're the things that I'm looking at of what could be holes possibly. And I just think in general, can Itauma deal with being frustrated? Because that's what Franklin does to everyone he's been against. Can he deal with being frustrated? Does he lose his head? Could Franklin's awkward and horrible style to fight make him angry? Could it make him frustrated? Could it force him into mistakes? That is another thing, in my opinion. How does Itauma deal with being frustrated? Because we've not seen that yet. We've not seen that. Franklin has got the perfect style to show that. Franklin's got the perfect style, in my opinion, to show a lot of things. He definitely has. But look, what do I think is going to happen? I think in exchanges, Itauma's defense could be leaked. He could get hit a bit. It's like his boxing. It's defensively, he could be leaked, and we could see something. People might see something and think, "Oh, yeah, if he's against someone like Usyk, he's gone." If he's against someone like Dubois or Rawley, it's not good. But he'll survive it against Franklin because it'll be too quick for him in exchanges overall, and it'll be okay. Let's be real here. But I'm not looking at ways of how Jermaine Franklin's going to beat Itauma because it's not going to happen. But I'm looking at ways of things that Jermaine Franklin could possibly exploit. And we look at it and think, oh, yeah, he's got a bit until, he's on that kind of level, really. These are things that I think Jermaine Franklin can show. And I think this is why this is being matched, because they're not sticking someone in there who, oh yeah, this is a real risk for Itauma. Everyone wants to see Itauma be tested, but it's a test which he needs to win. And I think this is the perfect fight for it, because Jermaine Franklin makes things horrible and he makes it a test. And again, he can push you back, he can make it ugly, he can frustrate you. These are things which Itauma's going to have to deal with. And it's perfect, in my opinion. That's what we're looking at here. We're not looking at, oh, yeah, Franklin needs to do this, he needs to do that in order to beat Itauma. It's not going to happen. You just look at things like, can Franklin show us this in Itauma's game? That's what I mean by, can he expose something in Itauma? Because everyone right now thinks Itauma's perfect. And for all we know, he bloody well might be. And I hope he is, because he's very entertaining to watch. But no one is perfect. And Franklin could be the perfect opponent to show that he's not perfect. But he's not going to be an opponent that goes in there and beats Itauma. That's my opinion. I'm intrigued. I'm really interested in seeing what happens here. Itauma's going to win. How does he win? Does he need to go through something? Does he need to weather a storm of some kind? We're going to have to see.